In the grounds of appeal contained in the notice, Ranguma argues that Justice David Majanja erred both in law and fact for failing to appreciate that the burden of proof had shifted to the respondents based on the evidence tendered by the petitioner. Ranguma says that the trial court misinterpreted the grounds of his petition and treated it as one based on contents and substance of Form 37As, 37Bs, and 37Cs. Ranguma wants the appellate court to allow his petition and declare the Kisumu gubernatorial elections null and void to pave way for fresh elections. In the appeal notice, the electoral body IEBC, County Returning Officer, and Kisumu Governor Professor Anyang Nyong'o have been listed as respondents.
Now we have applied for certified copies of the proceedings, the rulings and judgments, so that we can sit down and from the contents and substance of those proceedings and the judgments, we can then draw grounds of appeal. These grounds of appeal generally would indicate why Jack Ranguma is not satisfied with the decision of the High Court.
Elsewhere, 4 former Nairobi County senior officials have been cleared of abuse of office charges. Nairobi former Chief Finance Officer Jimmy Kiamba, former County Secretary Lillian Ndegwa, Regina Rotich, and former Head of Treasury Stephen Osiro were set free after the Milimani Anti-Corruption Court ruled that the prosecution failed to prove its case against the suspects. The former officials had denied a total of 10 counts in relation to 17.9 million shillings fraud case. Meanwhile, the Central Bank of Kenya and British firm De La Rue have filed an application seeking to set aside a decision of Procurement Administrative Review Board annulling the contract to print new currency. Justice Chacha Mwita said the decision by the review board was illegal and irrational. De La Rue similarly filed a separate suit seeking to quash the ruling cancelling its contract, saying it was unreasonable. Justice Mwita certified the 2 cases as urgent and both directed CBK and the printing firm to serve the review board with the suit papers. And city lawyer Apollo Mboya and Electricity Consumers Society have filed an application in court seeking to stop Kenya Power and Lighting Company from billing electricity with inflated figures to cover 10.1 billion shillings as contained in KPLC's annual report and financial statements for the year ending 30th June 2017. They also seek an order to stop the company from disconnecting electricity based on the report, which carries inflated and backdated bills and estimates.
I've asked for a declaration that KPLC has made false and misleading representation with respect to the electricity tariffs and bills to its customers, which has infringed on consumer rights. I've asked for another prayer asking that that monopoly of KPLC is unconstitutional.
Finally, 7 Kenyatta University students facing arson charges will have to stay in custody for 5 days after Kiambu Court allowed the prosecution more time to complete investigations. The suspects were arrested on 9th January 2018. They are expected back in court on 16th of January, where they will take plea. Ben Chumba reporting for Scales of Justice.